In a world addicted to noise, speed, and self-promotion, where we are most of the time feeling restless, endlessly scrolling with the burnt-out hustle because silence feels like failure. Lao Tzu, an ancient philosopher of the East, once whispered something no algorithm could ever understand. Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know. Block the passage. Shut the door. Said Lao Tzu. And yet, the world around you, the school, the job, the carefully measured life, will push you to shout, to post, to prove, to perform, to compete, to try harder. It will tell you that silence is failure, that stillness is weakness, that if you're not constantly broadcasting your worth, then maybe you don't have any. So you speak, you try, you explain, you push, you make noise, you fit in, you chase recognition from people who are too busy trying to be seen themselves. Yes, we chase wisdom like it's a finish line. We even try to let go. We hustle for peace. We schedule mindfulness. We optimize our rest. We compete for enlightenment. But the Tao, as Lao Tzu called it, a phenomenon too vast to grasp, does not compete. It does not shout. It does not rush to be known. The Tao waits. In the quiet breath we forgot to take. How can we ever arrive if we keep forcing the road to move? We think more effort will fix it. More books, more hacks, more trying. But Taoism says otherwise. The more you try to control life, the more life slips through your hands. This is the secret. Stop forcing life. This is the cage we're born into. You didn't get to choose this. Not your mother's, not the country, not the time, not the rules. Already barcoded by beliefs, you didn't choose A, and systems wrapped around you like skin the moment you arrived. The script was waiting, a map already drawn, labeled how to be a person. Go to school, get good grades, don't speak too loud. Get the job, obey the clock. Climb the ladder, save for retirement, retire quietly. Don't ask questions. Don't look up. They gave you doors, but each one opened into a tighter room and another door waiting. Rooms with names like success, respectability, maturity, stability, productivity. But they weren't doors. They were boxes, beautifully lit cages. And you learned to decorate your cell. You learned to love the lock. Your job became your name. Your degree became your worth. Your bank balance became your voice. Your passport, your permission to belong. Your reflection, built by marketing departments, maintained by timelines, defined by everyone but you. And the rest? Class, tradition, nationalism, reputation, credit scores, dress codes. These are chains disguised as choices. All invented, all constructed, all agreed upon by the many, and rarely questioned by the one. So here you are, a miracle of stardust and consciousness, trapped into the system, tamed into routine, trained into obedience, living like a lab rat in a maze designed by ghosts. And that is exactly why we need a splash of Tao, woven gently into the frantic fabric of our modern lives. So who started the concept of Tao? Long before empires carved their names into maps, before Confucius etched his questions into stone, there was a quiet figure on the edge of history, Lao Tzu, the old master. A man who may never have existed, or may have been the most real thing this world ever forgot. If he walked this earth, it was sometime between 571 and 471 BCE in the ancient land of Chu, what we now call Henan Province, China. He saw what others worshipped: kings waging war for glory, rituals dressed up as virtue, knowledge turned into division, and he wanted no part of it. He didn't want to rule. He didn't want to reform. He simply wanted to leave. So the story goes, he mounted a water buffalo, turned his back on the madness of men, and rode west, toward the unknown, toward stillness. At the final border, a guard, struck by the depth in his eyes, begged him to leave something behind. A trace, a teaching, anything. And in a single act of reluctant mercy, Lao Tzu wrote down 5,000 characters. They were not laws, not commandments, just observations, whispers of truth, a bit other way round of our modern life. That scroll became the Tao Te Ching, a book not of answers, but of invitations, to breathe, to unlearn, to return. And then he vanished, not leaving a religion, not a revolution, but something far quieter, far older, Tao Te Ching, or the Wei. The pulse of the Tao is everywhere, yet you do not feel it because you are it. Pause, just for a breath. You don't need to earn this moment. You already are. Notice how your lungs rise without asking you, how your heart beats, even while you dream, how your blood flows, your cells rebuild, your food digests, without 1 ounce of effort from you. You're not commanding this, you're not trying. And yet, it all moves perfectly, quietly, constantly. This is the Tao. Look at the forest. No tree checks the forecast. No flower rushes its bloom. No season begs to arrive early. No winter panics that it's staying too long. And yet, everything arrives, exactly when it must. Spring does not chase summer. Autumn does not dread its own falling. Nature moves in rhythm, not resistance, in presence, not pressure. And then there's us, the only creature gifted with awareness, spending every breath trying to outpace the present, obsessed with control, addicted to force, terrified of stillness. So, let me expand on the concept of Wu Wei, the wisdom of effortless action. Lao Tzu once wrote, "Practice not doing, and everything will fall into place." Wu Wei, often mistranslated as doing nothing. But it's not laziness, it's not apathy, it's the art of moving without forcing, acting without clinging, creating without striving. It is the dancer who becomes the dance, the musician who disappears into the music, the surfer who doesn't fight the wave, but feels it, rides it, becomes one with it. Wu Wei is action without resistance, effort without tension, power without pressure. In this state, the river doesn't need to try, it flows. The moon doesn't rush, it rises. And you stop pushing and start flowing. Because the river does not need to know the way, it just flow. Our life is, in fact, bound by natural rhythm that flows without your efforts, just as the flowers bloom in its own timing. So what is Wu Wei in the modern world? You felt it before, even if you didn't have a name for it. That moment when time disappears, when thought vanishes and only the doing remains. A musician lost in a solo, a dancer becoming the dance, not tired, just alive. A writer becoming the writing, whose hands move faster than their thoughts. A rock climber whose heartbeat matches the stone. A mother humming softly, folding laundry like prayer. No force, no fear, no ego, just happening fully present, right here, right now. This is Wu Wei. You don't perform the action. You become the action. Psychologists now call it flow state, but Lao Tzu knew it centuries ago. The state where doing and being blur, where you're not chasing life, you're finally inside it. It's not the grind, it's the glide. It's not about effort against the world, it's about alignment. In Wu Wei, there is no wasted energy, no pretending, no pushing a locked door. Yet all the doors open and easily flowing, passing, along with the current. How do we achieve flow state? How do we live in alignment instead of anxiety? The answer isn't addition, it's subtraction. Here is the secret. You don't need more effort. You need less noise, less forcing, less pretending, less clinging. Begin by pausing, not to escape the moment, but to enter it. Try doing one thing, and only one, with all your presence. Make tea, fold your clothes slowly. Listen to your soul torching music, and sing along and dance along. Walk without your phone, just for the sake of walking. Feel the nature, listen to the birds. Breathe without a goal, just for the sake of breathing. The Tao doesn't arrive with thunder. It reveals itself in silence. Yet, it never gets late. When you stop trying to become something, you remember that you already are. Lao Tzu said, "To attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day." Flow is not a skill, it's a return. You were born in it, before you learned to doubt, before you learned to impress, before you were taught to strive. Watch a child spin in circles, a bird soar on the wind, a river curve without hesitation. None of them are trying to be enough. They already are. You are too. Just as you are, and you are enough. You don't have to force life to mean something. You just have to show up for it. Fully, freely, briefly. Stop grasping, let go. Feel the rhythm already humming beneath everything. The Tao is already here, and when you stop chasing it, you will find the answer. It's on the tip of dewdrops, it's on the cloud. It's in the wind, it's underneath the stars. It's in your heart that is beating without your efforts. It is already with you. You'll find that it has always been carrying you. When things show up in life, you will realize that you did not need to push that hard. Famous quote of Bruce Lee is that, "Be like water, my friend. Become the way." Life does not ask you to conquer it. It asks you to cooperate, to listen, to soften. The Tao does not shout instructions. It murmurs in rivers. It hums in trees. It waits in your breath. Be like water. Soft enough to yield, strong enough to shape stone, content to flow downward, into the valleys the world forgets. Water doesn't argue with the rock. It simply goes around. It doesn't rush to arrive. It knows there's nothing to prove. The Tao, like water, goes where it's needed most, and never needs permission to belong. You don't need a plan for everything, because the days unfold anyway. You don't need to be louder, because you will fall deaf to what is meant for you if you do not listen. You just need to remember you were made to flow. Let go of the war with yourself. Let go of the war with time. Let go of the war with how things should be. What's left is the way. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are already part of the current. So stop trying to force life. You were never meant to carry the river. You were meant to move with it. So in life, there is nothing to chase, nowhere to arrive, just flow. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. We'll meet again where the river flows.